It's Tuesday the 4th, and I'm literally crying in the morning because I am pregnant. Oh my god.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you have seen from the title of this video, I have amazing news to share. I am pregnant.
Wait for you, wait for me. Tell me you're more than just a highlight. Pretty pictures on the outside. I hate to stare at you through these lights, so I wait for you.
This is something that I have been keeping from you guys for about 12 weeks now. Today is July 4th and I am about 12 weeks pregnant, and I am so happy, excited. I feel so blessed. My husband and I have been trying for quite a while now, so I am just so happy and feel so grateful to be pregnant. So at the end of this video, I will show you how I told my husband. I actually got my sister-in-law to film it, but I'll also go through with you kind of the past, I don't know, 8 or 9 months, even longer than that, I guess, from when we were like trying and how long it took, because I know getting pregnant is not easy, as you would think it would be. So I'll kind of go through my experience with you guys. So if you are interested, please keep watching. Okay, so let's go back to September, October 2020. My husband and I started trying to get pregnant, and it took us about 3 months to get pregnant with Matthew. So I really didn't want to get pregnant in September, October. I wanted to get pregnant more like December, January. So we start trying in September. Come December, I miss my period, and I'm all excited. If you guys don't know me by now, I am such a planner. So when I found out that I missed my period, even though my tests were coming back negative, I thought it was just too soon. I started planning how I was going to tell my husband that I was pregnant on Christmas. I had this whole idea planned. I was all excited. Christmas comes and goes. Still no period. Still not a positive pregnancy test. So I don't like talk to my husband about it. I'm not really talking to anybody about it besides myself, because I really wanted to be a surprise for him. So I'm like, okay, like maybe, you know, it's still too early, even though at this point I'm like over a month late. So January comes and goes, and still did not get a period, still no positive pregnancy test. So February comes, and finally I phoned my husband in, and I was like, I was so excited to tell you over Christmas. But you know, because I didn't get my period, and I've never missed a period in my entire life, except for when I was pregnant with Matthew. So I was like all worked up, all excited, and he was like, baby, you have to relax. Like, you need to breathe. This is why you're not getting your period, because you're so stressed out. So since the way that, you know, you track your fertility with your ovulation, I have these like ovulation sticks that tell you when you're at peak fertility, high fertility, or low fertility. And I wasn't doing all that because you're supposed to gauge it off like your last menstrual cycle, but I wasn't getting a menstrual cycle. So I called my gynecologist, and I'm like, hey, my husband and I are trying to conceive, but I haven't got my period in 2 months, but I'm not pregnant because I've taken probably a pregnancy test 3 times a day. Definitely not pregnant. I don't know what's going on, you know, whatever. So they send me in these pills, they're progesterone pills, and basically they help you get your period so that basically your body can like restart. So I remember picking them Friday up, like on my way home from work, thinking like, all right, I'll start taking them Monday, maybe this weekend I'll get pregnant, whatever. So Monday I go to take my first pill, and then I get my period. So kind of bummed out about that, but also I was happy because I'm like, okay, finally I can restart, and I can figure out when my high, you know, fertility day is, when my peak fertility is. So February we start trying again, and then fast forward to April, and I took a pregnancy test. Like, so the test I have like the dollar store ones, and then I have like the $20, you know, 1-for-1 pregnancy test. And the ones I have say you could take like 6 days prior to your missed period, but so the $20 one that you would think would be most specific came back not pregnant, but then the dollar store one that's literally like for 2 lines, I did it Monday morning, and I remember looking at it, and I'm so used to at this point seeing only 1 line, but like trying to hold it up to the light, trying to hold it up to the window just to see if I see another faint line. And I'm so used to like forcing myself to see it, where like I almost question myself, like, oh my God, is that a line? And it's never is. So I remember doing it Monday morning, and I went to go throw it away, and I was like, oh my God, that's a faint line. So then don't you know, I take 5 more. All the other 5 of them have the exact same thing, but it is so, so faint. Like I was second guessing myself. I'm like, no, you're crazy. Like relax, this isn't right. So I'm driving to work that day and I'm like, I'm pregnant. Like I think I'm pregnant. I'm pretty sure I'm pregnant. But of course the test that literally spells out pregnant is coming back not pregnant. So I'm like, no, I'm pregnant. I remember this happened last time with Matthew. For some reason, the more expensive the pregnancy test, they are like you need to be like basically missing your period in order for them to come back positive. So I'm like, I'm pregnant. So I'm thinking to myself, how do I tell my husband? So Monday, they're my late nights. I don't get home until about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I didn't want to tell him then because I wanted to come up with some cute way. I came up with a really cute way to tell him the first time. So I wanted to come up with a cute way the second time. So I call his sister, my sister-in-law, on my way home, and I'm like, hey, do you have a second? And she's like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, I think I'm pregnant, but I'm not sure, but I think I am. And she's like, oh my God. And she's like, did you tell anyone? And I'm like, no, I didn't tell anybody. I'm waiting for the test that comes back that literally spells out pregnant, because until then, I'm really not gonna believe it. But I tell her, like, this is my game plan. I really want to surprise Mike, and Tuesday I don't get done super late. Tuesday I'm usually home by like 4. So I was like, you need to help me. I want you to get balloons that spell out baby, and you'll see all of this at the video in the end, at the end of this. But she's like, okay. But I was like, if I text you in the morning and it still says not pregnant, or all of a sudden I don't see a faint line, like this is off, call it off, whatever. So luckily, and that was the video you saw in the beginning, I took the test again Tuesday morning and it spelled out pregnant, and I was just like sobbing in the bathroom at 4 o'clock in the morning, happy, scared, grateful, like just so many different emotions, because as some of you may know who are currently trying or have gone through this before, every month getting a not pregnancy test is torture. I mean, it's so hard on you. You feel like a failure. You just don't understand what's wrong with you. So to finally get a test back that says pregnant, it's like a state of shock that I can't even explain. So I'm driving to work. Of course, like no one knows. I'm like keeping all this emotion in me. I'm like all excited, but I can't tell anyone. So get home from work Tuesday, surprise my husband. That's the video I'm going to show you guys. But I am so happy to be pregnant, and for all of you, men, women, whoever's watching this, if you're actively trying, do not give up. I feel for you. I know what it's like. To be honest with you, I actually made an appointment with a fertility specialist because I just thought maybe I had scar tissue or something was wrong from when I had my C-section with Matthew. And I know they say you're supposed to wait a year, but I was gonna lie. And I made an appointment because I was like, something's wrong, and if I need to take a different avenue, then I will. Like, let's just move this on, let's move forward. So I'm very grateful that I didn't have to go through IVF, but I truly feel for any woman who is struggling to get pregnant or going through IVF. Like, God bless you, and you are stronger than you know, because it was a tough 8 months for me, and I know women who tried like years and years to get pregnant. So I'm feeling great. I had about 2 weeks where I felt absolutely awful. I felt nauseous from the moment I woke up. I felt like I was gonna pass out. I remember my assistants at work were like, you okay? And of course, like no one knows. And I'm like, yep, I'm great. I'm thinking to myself, I'm just gonna puke all over you if you ask me one more time, what's wrong? But I feel fantastic now. I did take a blood test to find out the gender. I get that back in a couple of weeks. I'm really, really excited to find out what I'm having. Of course, I want a healthy baby, that goes without saying. But if you ask me what's my perfect, like, siblings or perfect, kids to have, whatever, their gender-wise, I would love to have 2 boys. So I already have 1 boy. I would love to have another boy and then a girl. That's like always been my dream. I don't know why, but it just is. But I also would actually love to have a girl next, because if I have 2 boys, we go for the third, then I have 3 boys. Oh my goodness. So I think if I had a girl next, that would be like the safest route. And then if we decided to have a third, it'd be like, like we'll just wait and see, who cares? Because we already got the best of both worlds. So I will be happy with either or, because I'm so grateful to be pregnant, but I am kind of rooting for a boy, I think. So I guess we'll see. But I hope you like this video, and this is why I've been kind of MIA the past couple of months. It's been a whirlwind, and I am just so excited. And now you get to see how I told my husband. So something I totally forgot to tell you guys, I'm sitting on the couch right now editing this video, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot to tell them my due date. So my due date is January 13th, 2022. And what's funny about that is that was Matthew's due date. So Matthew was due January 13th, 2020. He came 2 weeks early on December 30th, 2019. But this baby is due January 13th, 2022. So funny that I have the exact same due date, just 2 years later. So we'll see if this baby comes early, but I forgot to share that with you, and I thought that was such a funny fact. So yeah, that's it.